All right, what up, though? Hello, Carl. How you doing? All right, y'all. What up, though? So, welcome to What Up, Though Fridays. We back. Today's topic is new Michigan construction codes or builder codes. I can't really speak on the other trades. I only know like enough because I'm a GC, but I don't know it to the T like they do because that ain't my lane. I mind the business that pays me. Um, a couple church announcements. Detroit Real Estate Weekend will be happening this year. I'm finalizing all the details probably over the next week. The link is available for tickets. I'm doing it a little different this year. Normally, I always include the hotel, but I'm not this year because I'm just not. So it will be the first weekend in August, the same as last year. It's probably going to start being that weekend every year going forward. Because in the past we would do it in September, and like when we would do the little tour of the city on the water, it would just be too cold. Like I mean, it's hot because it's still fall, but like on the water, it's like cold around the end of September. Like you need a jacket or a hoodie or some sleeves or something. So it'll be in August. I think I think that so normally I do the class on Friday, but this year I'm gonna do the class on Saturday because I assume like people got jobs. A Saturday might be better for people. But even before, like it will always still sell out, even with a Friday class. But so I'm gonna do it different. So Thursday gonna be the meet and greet, like always. I'm gonna try to do it at Petty Cash. I gotta try to talk to them. If not, it'll be somewhere intimate, like always or whatever. Then we're gonna do an actual bus tour of the city because ain't no more driving no van around. Then more people can be VIP as well. So it's only gonna be 30 VIP tickets, and that's it. And then the regular tickets for people to attend an event on Saturday. So I think VIP is like 750, which I've never done that low before, but my cost up front this year is not as much as it's been in the past because I'm not doing the hotel rooms, so I can make it more affordable and cheaper. So that's going to include your the VIP event. It's going to include the bus tour and dinner or lunch on Friday, and then on Saturday would be the actual workshop, and then like a thank you event at the end of that night where we can ask questions, whatever, go over stuff, and so forth. But that's only 750. I think that's the early bird. I do have a 2-for-1 price of like I think it's 1,200. Don't give me the line. Y'all have to go on Eventbrite and look. The link is in my bio. And I think just to the event, the class portion, I think that's like 200, 2 or 3. But either way it go, I made it more affordable this year. So let me click on comments. If you only got no questions, I'm gonna just get started. So let me share my screen. I'm gonna drop the link. If anyone wants to come join on, join the live here. Oh, also church announcements. If you have a question that's more than a question, like when you want to get into a paragraph, a question is how do I blank? One sentence, not a run on, not a paragraph, not a thesis statement. Anything more than that, the minimum is $5. $5 donation. The cash app is Denson Construct Serve, or yep, that. So that's the other church announcement. So let me share my screen. See if y'all got any questions. If not, I'm gonna keep rolling. All right, so I'm sharing my screen because I can kind of explain codes better visually by looking at pictures. So this is a big orange. So one code thing on here. So I'm gonna turn the camera around on this Instagram. I can't do both. Sorry. So all right, one code thing on this one. So the garage. This is code. We just used the I forgot what that's called. It's not vinyl. It's not hardy backer board. It's something else that you can use to build garages with. And then whoever buys this from me, or if I decide to keep it and rent it, then I'll paint it or put siding over it later. But it's still T11. That's what that's called. T11. So you can use T11 in place of vinyl siding or whatever when you build in garages and stuff like that. And I believe you could put it on maybe not the house itself, but like a back porch to a house. So like houses that have back porches attached with the upper and lower porch, like especially if it's a flat or one of them big houses over in Virginia Park, LaSalle Gardens, we've been using that. And then the homeowner whoever purchased can paint it whatever color to their liking. Once the weather breaks all the way, I'll probably just paint it white and call it the day. And then if I decide to keep it and either live in it in the future or rent it out, then I'll put siding on it. That's one code thing. Another code thing, all houses got to have gutters on them. Got to keep them clean. Well, that's not code to keep them clean, but you should keep them clean because water is your enemy, and you can have water come into your house over time from your gutters because all that water will cause your soffits and stuff to rot if they're not, updated or pre-treated. The downspouts on a garage or a house, they should always extend 5 feet from the house for runoff. So your typical downspout is gonna be, I'm just assuming this is probably 10 feet. Then you got another foot or two for the elbow. So that'll turn it. And then the extension pieces is another 5 feet that has to be from the house. I personally put all the accordion ones on there, because then whoever purchases it or rents it, they can extend it or shorten it as they need, depending on how it goes. This actually needs to be turned straight because I don't want it going towards my fence, but it's probably turned. These pictures are from like last year. But what's another code thing on here? A garage typically is going to have 2 vents. I think you're supposed to have a vent per, I think it's 50 or 100 squares. It's one of those I have to look. But I rather you have too many vents on your house than not enough. Vents are to help the roof not sweat, especially Detroit houses. We have attics and bungalows and stuff. You don't want your roof sweating because that's going to cause mold, cause issues in your attic, and so forth. Also, make sure with your roof that, like if we have bad windstorms and you see any shingles on the ground, make sure you have somebody check your roof out in case the shingle missing so it can get replaced. Uh, those good old black squirrels that we have in Detroit, y'all already know. And what else get up in there? Possums and raccoons. They like to get up in the attic too and hibernate and make that their new home. We don't want that. What's another cold thing back here? Fence line. So your fences, since we have frost laws here in the state of Michigan because it gets really cold, you have to dig, I think, a minimum of either 36, I think it's 42 feet is the minimum that you have to dig for your holes for your fence post. So, your fence post is typically every 4 to 6 feet, maybe. You have to dig for the fence post 42 inches minimum below grade. So, grade is the grass, and then you're going to go down 42 inches. And then you're gonna put concrete in it, put your post in there, you got a cure, blah blah blah. So what I do in case I don't get the inspector can't come out to check, I really go 48 feet because when I used to work on the highway, we used to have to go a minimum 48 feet when we dig in certain spots. So I brought a lot of highway codes into residential, and that's where I messed up when I was getting my builder's license because it was a switch over for me. But that's another story. So I get a measuring tape, typically the engineering tape. I don't have one with me. It's probably in the garage when I used to work on the highway. But it's like a little folded out tape thing, and you just stick it in there. Make sure that it is at 42 inches or below, and then I would take a picture in each hole. So I had that as proof, if the inspector ever asked. So that's one code thing, or three. You don't have to replace this driveway. That's not code. Uh, Inside of the garage, if it's really broken up bad to where a car can't get in there safely, they may request that you um replace it. It just really depends on who comes out. All right, back at the house. So can I zoom in here? It's not really cold, but I do this anyway. I always build up dirt back here. Like this don't show it, but after I took my professional photos, I had to put a mound of dirt here because when it rained real bad last summer, I mean like in the fall, I think that's when these got to. It's probably got to like October. We built up a mound or whatever. So when the water hit the house, it just run off. Because again, water is the enemy. So we put a downspout here to help with the runoff, and then it extends past here because I got the accordion one. Or does it? No, it don't. I didn't do the longer one. I should have brought it past here, but I didn't. So we just brought it to the middle and it comes out. So that's still good because it's away from the house. So we put the dirt here. Your meter can, that's cold. It's cold to have a GFCI in the front and the back now. Found that out doing this house. Um, what else? These rails, you used to be able to go 3 to 4 inches in spacing. Now they want you between 2 and 3. So I just do in the middle at 2.5, but it Some of them not gonna be even because it just depend on your run for the stairs and stuff like that. Another thing I had to tell my guys to change your handrail. Your handrail has to stop really past that bottom step. So if you coming down the stairs, your hand coming down, you could technically, fall because your hand would be, it'll slip. So that's an issue too. That's a code. It's not really cold about peeling paint or whatever. I'm still going to paint, but if I was to rent this out, Section 8, I would have to paint for sure because they might, cause any peeling paint is automatically considered lead. So when the weather break, I'm gonna paint the back porch ceiling, all the fascia, soffit, replace what's needed. I don't think none got to be replaced. We checked the chimney cap. We did flashing around the chimney, make sure that was Gucci. And I stopped my fence here because like whoever buys it, maybe they might want to put a gate or something. I didn't do all that because I ain't living here. Yeah, that's a closer picture of the porch we built on the back. It's a bird nest there. I don't buy the stuff that ain't bothering me. All right, the front of the house that's cold. I'm gonna have to replace this more than likely. Prime and paint all this peeling paint. I'm probably gonna go like a cream because that yellow is just ugly. That's gonna look better. I rebuilt the porch, but not the whole porch. I didn't replace the cap. I rebuilt the stairs, the wing walls. These are wing walls, the little stoops y'all we be sitting on. That's a wing wall. And we rebuilt the front here. You can tell because that's original. Hold on. That's original and this is new. I planted that so we can get some curb appeal. I don't know if them was annuals or not. I don't remember. Hopefully they were. If not, I'm gonna have to replant them again. See this downspout comes down. This is original, so all I left it and then just brought the extension piece. This was original, so we just brought the extension piece. I don't like the browns. I like the white ones, but that what was on the house. So if it ain't broke, I ain't fixing it. So that's that. That's on the front. I think that's it for code on the front. Oh, your steps. So your steps code is, I think it can't be no more than 8.25 on the rise. So your rise is as you walk up the stairs, you're technically rising. Your tread is the flat part that you step on. So your tread typically has to be like a foot wide because you want to step on it. Now older houses, they are short. I guess it was shorter people back then. I don't know. And then I don't know if it was no code for stairs back in the day. Because some of these Detroit houses I've been in, the rise as you walking up, that shit like you walking up a hill. Especially the ones going up into the attic or going into the basement. What else? As you rise or walk up the stairs, you can't be off no more than 1/4 inch. So this has to be on point. So let's say this is 7 inches. This can't be no more between here and here, 7.25, and so forth going up. So this one can be between 7.25. That one could be between 7.5. Then that one could be between 7.5 and 7.75, and so forth until you get to the top. So since it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he probably just took the span, divided it by 5, and then we adjusted it from there. So these are actually poured concrete stairs and not precast because precast want to look right on the house, and then that's just being cheap. So as far as what was I about to say? Oh, precast. So remember, I come from heavy highway. So my alcove brick mason, he used to work on highways and buildings and high rises too. He retired, but this what he do as his business. So when we went over it, he what's it called? He formed them first. And then when you form it, that's when you adjust your forms as you need to make sure you meet your code requirement for the 8.25 max, if that makes sense. Because you're only gonna pour the concrete once. I would hate for you to pour the concrete, that shit wrong. Then you gotta bust it up and pay twice for concrete. And concrete is not cheap, and concrete brick makes is not cheap either, if that makes sense. So you do your concrete forms just like when they do forms when they build sidewalks and highways. Remember, I come from heavy highway construction, so I brought that into the company. And the true brick mason, he gonna do forms true because he ain't trying to lose no money pouring and repouring and having a demo and do all that shit. You don't want to do that. You gotta have address numbers on the house. I did the nicer ones. The mailbox should have been right on the house, so I might take that off the plaque and do it there. But I also didn't want to mess up this beautiful brick because that brick is original to the house, and I love the prints and the details that's in there. That's another reason why I love Detroit houses. Another code thing, if that inspector wanted to, I got my GFC out there, that's code. Got my porch light, that's code. He could have failed me on these porch railings, but since I didn't remove them and that's original to the house, they can't really pull me on because I would have argued that one because I didn't replace that cap. Now, had I replaced that porch cap, because I got to take those rails off and put it back on, then they might have said something. So they didn't say nothing about that. Because these rails, remember I said on the back, those spaces are too big. You got to bring them in 2 to 3 inches now instead of 3 to 4 inches like the code used to be. And a lot of codes I don't know have changed until I fail something because Michigan is ass backwards. The code book we're operating on now is from like 2015 or something. It's either 2015 or 2018, and we in 2023. They update the code book so many years apart. So a lot of stuff I don't find out until either the LAR department, which is the board here, they'll send you out emails, add code changes, but they also send out requests for code changes. Or if you don't agree with something, you can dispute it and show why. So I do like Michigan for that. Like they'll have a hearing or submit your questions about code or whatever. So that is a code violation. But if you don't touch it, you can argue that, hey, that's been here, that's grandfathered in, ain't got nothing to do with me. However, if I decide to keep this house and rent it out Section 8, I will have to tear that down and put in new rail because Section 8 will fail that because they'll say a kid can put their head through there and get stuck. Apparently, one of y'all kids done did that before, so that's why that's a code violation. Y'all need to watch y'all kids. That's all I'm gonna say. I did new windows on here. I don't know if it's cold to put new trim around, but I do new aluminum trim. When the weather break, hopefully around May, which will be in a couple of weeks, because we in our rainy season. Because I need at least 2 weeks of good weather, because they gotta strip it, prime it, paint it, and then it gotta dry. Because I don't want the rain to get washed away. So I gotta paint all this, paint that. Paint is gonna be cheaper than me doing aluminum, of course. I think that's it for code on the front of the house. I think that's all I can see for real. I got my GFCI. Told y'all about the steps. Use that kid seeing. I knew it was one of y'all. Trying to see the side driveway. Yeah, I don't have to replace the driveway because that ain't code. Ain't no trip hazards. If it was, we just fix it. One thing that I probably will do too is build a rat wall, but I don't think I need to on this house. Let me zoom in. I don't think I need to. Yeah, we was good on this one. So typically, I don't know if it's cold, but this is something we do. So we'll build a rat wall, from here to the little pad he put there for me for the step, and then to the other side of the step to the before the back where the back porch starts. So the reason you do a rat wall is so you can so a rat wall is basically a curb for the side of the house. So it'd be this side, and if it's a driveway on the other side, we'll put it on both sides, but it's grass on that side. But I will put some dirt or some mulch or something over there to help with the runoff. So a curb, basically a rat wall, when the water hits the house, when it rains, you want the water to come down like this, and then you want it to run off the house. Water is the enemy, right? So we have basements here in Detroit and in Michigan, right? I don't know about where y'all at, where y'all watching. We have basements. So you don't want the water to just come down and sit in this dirt, because what this dirt do is soaks up water. So over the years, that wet moisture in that dirt and that water is gonna be right behind your foundation because we have basements. And over time, it's gonna start pushing those foundation walls, those blocks forward. So when you go in these houses, y'all who wholesaling or getting into construction, or even as buyers, a homeowner or investor, when you go in these houses, look at those basement walls. If you see any of those blocks that look out of place, they not flat to the wall and they sticking out more than a half an inch, something going on behind that wall and it got to get fixed. Now, over the years, you're going to have shift changes to the house. The house going to shift. It's going to adjust. It's going to settle and so forth. But yeah, we got a question. Yes, rat wall. Can I share my screen? I'm on my personal page. Y'all can see it, but y'all have to come over to YouTube. But that is what we call a rat wall. Let me see what else. And that's the back. So yeah, so from the little stoop or the little concrete pad we did for the step. Because if I would have put an actual step there or a precast step, it would have been too high. Then that's a trip hazard and I would have failed. So we just did a little step, boop, boop. There was some concrete left over, so he formed that up for me. And then we would do a rat wall from that side to here. So also in Detroit, we have these things called storm drains, where a lot of the downspouts used to take the water, like the downspout goes right into the storm drain. Let me see if I got a picture of one. Hold on. Let me see. I might have a picture of one somewhere. I gotta look at estimates, my estimate folder. Y'all getting to see stuff, how organized I am. Alright, let me see. They got a lot of estimates on here. Let me push this down because some of these probably got people living in there. This one probably vacant. No, that ain't vacant. Trying to find one with a storage drain so I can see what it look like. Well, I done been in some fucked up houses, I tell you that. They done got better over the years, but Jesus, I done been in some shit. I'm telling you. What's that house I seen that was a land bank house? That boy was jacked up. When I say code violations, baby. Was it this one? Nope. Somebody was in there. Did I even upload my pictures? Plainview, Maxwell. It was on the west side. Let me see what this Glenwood is. Ooh, child. Oh my God, look at this. Somebody was living here. In that bathroom, taking a shower. Bless their heart. Big D, what up, though? Bless their heart. Anyway, I gotta see. I know I got one. This one don't look bad. This boy just dated. That if y'all got clawfoot tubs, them good. Them worth some money. Oh, this a good one. Where this house at? Old Town. I think this on the east side. This on the top of the porch. Yep, code violation. Or just need to rebuild it. If your porch look like this, it's time for a new cap, baby. Just don't be cheap and go and get that new porch cap, okay? And them wing walls need some tuck pointing. Now, for y'all that don't know what tuck pointing is, so the best way I can explain tuck pointing is if you a baker and you bake cakes and you know how y'all put the little batter in the little bag and you design the top of the cake, put names and stuff on it. It's the same shit for tuck pointing. It's gonna be something like that, and they're gonna have concrete mortar in there, and they're gonna fill it in and clean it up, make it look like it was never missing. That's the best way I can explain it. Now, you do got some people that come in here and scrape and paint this. I ain't doing all that. It's gonna cost me more to do this than it's actually gonna cost the same technically, or at least for me. I don't know who y'all using, but I'm just gonna take that damn wall out and go about my day. It don't make no sense. This wall straight, but this the thing. This is plaster. If I take this wall out, I got to do either a half a sheet of drywall and a 1/4 inch, or I can scrape this and go over this with a 1/4 of an inch drywall. The only thing is, it's kind of hard to find 1/4 of an inch drywall now because that shit's so fragile and places don't really keep it because they lose money. The floors, I'm just gonna sand them babies down and redo them. This is horrible. God, look at this kitchen. That's a typical Detroit kitchen, though. That's the ones I seen growing up. My family had. That's the floor. Hella code violations here. This whole house is code violation. This is lead, asbestos. Jesus, peace. Y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns yet? Oh, that's just beautiful. That is beautiful. And there's some kids living in here. But for something to get like this, it's been sitting vacant for years. This probably was a land bank house. I'm gonna assume. It's been sitting vacant for a minute. And a lot of people are like, well, how do the walls get like that? Let's see. Stuff expands and contracts. Moisture, number one. It's cold in the winter, so it's gonna peel, and then it's hot in the summer, so it's gonna get the water under there. And then once it get cold, it's gonna start crackling. You can literally walk on this stuff and step on it, and it's gonna sound like you stepping on glass or something. How can I tell it was lead? Anything technically peeling or alligator stripe, they're going to automatically assume lead because of the age of the house. But all Detroit houses got lead in if it was built before what? They say before 1970 something, but I'm going to say probably the 80s maybe. Really probably before 1990. Damn, this towel look good still. Wow, be damn. Okay, I probably would have kept that maybe. Nah, because if I took that tub out, that towel gonna come with it. Yeah, I would took that shit out. But I would have took my time or called one of them little salvage companies and let them take it out. We ain't gonna talk about this ceiling, how they just they got cardboard up in the ceiling for the hole. Hold on, I gotta plug my laptop up. Oops. Hold please. Alright. My bad. But yeah. They got the linen closet in there, but if I gutted though, I just it's two things you can do. If you're gonna replace all the plumbing, and if you gutting the whole house to the studs, you're gonna have to gut this bathroom because it probably had a boiler in here. I'm assuming, I don't remember. And then you gotta run all new ductwork, so then you're gonna have to gut it. If you don't have to gut it, you can just gut the ceiling, that old knob tube, which I see sticking out right there. You can just glaze this tile actually, it'll look brand new. Put a new sink in, new toilet, tile on top of this, as long as it ain't sagging, because it's gonna make it sag over time because it's concrete under here. I would take them doors off and just leave the shells. That was what I do. How much will overall cost be for this type? For me to come here and do just this bathroom, shit, this is $15,000-$20,000 bathroom because labor costs up. Demo alone probably gonna cost me about $3,000. A dumpster, especially if I'm taking this floor up, I'm gonna have to fix some joists because all these old floors in Detroit have concrete under them. That's why they don't move to this day. That's why they still look how they look. Oh, I got better pictures. I probably got this. Yeah, because I would have to, because that's your access panel here, and it's probably a closet on that side in the hallway. So the access panel is probably here or in. I wouldn't even put nothing on this part of the wall because you need that access panel there. I would probably have to do some reconfiguration, but yeah, I just gonna get it. But that tile don't look bad though. Yeah, I got good dumpster people too. But yeah, send them to me. Somebody was taking a bath in there. Bless their heart. This was a rich folks' house back in the day. They had the whole bathroom tile. The tub was tiled, so they was paid. That tile actually looks pretty damn good. Yeah, but I gut this and take that arch out. Had that just I would take that wall out. Period. Like that's just pointless. Oh my god. Now y'all ain't got no Fago boxes up there. No, y'all don't. But what is that gonna stop? Because if it leak, that's cardboard and this is gonna come right through. It was worth a shot. Bless their heart. Bless their heart. Bless their heart. Oh. Alright, let's keep going. Living room don't look that bad other than that peeling ass ceiling. I love these indentations here in these old houses. That's dope. Fireplace look good. I just granite over there. I don't tile my fireplaces. The granite is cheaper than tiling because usually they gonna have a nice slab piece left over for when they cut your counter, and then they only gonna charge you a little bit more to do the fireplace, and then we gonna get some good old fire grade Rust-Oleum paint in the can. I'm gonna go in there and spray that boy clean with some Lysol. After about a week or two when it dry real good, then I'm going there and Rust-Oleum that boy, cause the granite gonna cover the whole fireplace and gonna come out and cover the little porch. How do I evaluate to either sheetrock or gut is great? I always gut because I ain't got time. It's gonna be faster. And then your electrical and your plumber and your heating and cooling guy gonna take a little money off because they ain't gotta fish nothing. Especially your electrician, he ain't gotta be fishing all them wires. So the house is wide open, so he's gonna knock off some money. And then by the time you go in there and patch all them goddamn holes, you could have put up a whole new sheet of drywall. And then the patch plaster, you gotta go probably two things of drywall anyway. So just take it out. Some of these old kitchens made no sense though. They were small. Let me see. They left their chair. And they done painted these walls. Hella times. Jesus Christ. Some of these houses, when I be seeing, I'm like, when they left, they just took their clothes. Some of them. So this is the second unit. So this probably was the unit somebody was living in, because this bathroom don't look nowhere near as bad. So this is a 2-family flat. Oh, also, y'all, these old sinks be worth bread. Folks be buying them. Like, who want to restore their houses back to original, don't want to update it too much. If it's still in good condition, then be worth bread. Just put it right on Facebook Marketplace. Why is it a cooler in the tub? I don't get that one. Why? Oh God, look at that toilet. So I got rules when I go in houses. I don't lift. That one must already been lifted, and I probably had it about to throw up. I don't lift toilet lids when I go in houses. I do not open refrigerators. I don't open washer and dryers because I don't know what's in there. And refrigerators you don't open because you don't know how long that food been in there, and that smell is just ungodly. So when we clean out and demo houses, we just put the straps around there and haul that bad boy to the dumpster. You go in the dumpster glory. I don't even know how your toilet get like that. Like y'all must didn't have no running water and was still taking shits in there. Trifling. Trifling. Only good thing about carpet in old houses is that hardwood gonna be in great shape. You just gotta get up all the glue and all the staples and all that good stuff. Let's see. This is the foundation. This is the basement. So I would probably still buy this because it's just this one spot so it can get fixed as long as it's not all of it. I don't even know how something like that can happen, but I don't get that one. So now we in the basement. I probably went down there alone. It's a gas line that's just hanging on that need to be replaced. Look how rusted that is. Or there might be a plumbing line. I can't tell. That's one of my subs. Yeah, this is horrible. I don't even remember this house. All right, code violation. This is asbestos. So if y'all ever in these old houses, this house used to have a boiler, because that's why that's there. So any house that used to have a boiler got asbestos. I don't care what nobody say it got asbestos. So especially if the old pipe is still there. Now somebody took the pipe out, you might be good. The only other place you might have asbestos in there still is the basement floor. If they have those little I think it's 2x2 tiles or 4x4. I mean like 4 inches, not feet. It's either 2x2 or 4x4, but the really small ones. If I see them on the floor, automatically know this is asbestos. I don't take that out because I'm not certified for that, and I don't have insurance for that, and I got asthma. So this is asbestos. So if you see anything wrapped in this white stuff, if it's undisturbed, you good. But this has been disturbed because all that should be covered in this hose. That is asbestos. Run, leave. These old concrete slate tubs, if they are in great condition and worth money, who gonna take it out? I don't know, because if we take it out, it's getting cut up into pieces and going in garbage bags and going outside. I ain't got time. I hate houses that got the plumbing stacks like this. I don't know why. I would assume you can reroute those. I would have to ask my plumber. But here go another image of the asbestos. Like this don't look disturbed as much. You can either rewrap it, but it gotta. If you gonna convert the house, it gotta come out. I'm gonna convert it because if you gut a house to the studs, you might as well convert it to forced air that's putting the furnace in instead of a boiler. And then boiler pipes leak anyway. The steam pipes in your wall over time they leak anyway. Then you gotta fix the drywall. I sold one of them old tubs for like $700 a couple years ago. This was like 2018, and I just put the money back in the house. So this is an old panel. You see these? Your house got knob and tube. I mean, they don't look like a today's panel. Is them batteries? I guess. Oh, this is out. Yeah, this was a land bank house. Okay, I remember. This is on the east side. Very beautiful brick home. I think their budget was 80 grand. Yeah, not me. Too much work. All this vegetation, get that shit off your house. That's how insects and stuff get in. Cause if and then moisture get behind there, so they start eating up the brick, the mortar. And so bugs will start coming in that way, get rid of it. But this is a 2-family flat. So for y'all that's not from Detroit, a 2-family flat is a house on the bottom and a house on the top. So you went in this door, it's a door to the right, which goes to the downstairs unit, and then you go up the stairs and it's a door to go into that unit. And then it's another door at the end of this hallway, which typically goes into the kitchen of that unit. So when y'all see my estimates, if you got a 2-family flat and you see like 7 exterior doors on it, I'm about to tell you why. So you got one exterior door, you come in the house, right? You got to have an exterior steel door going to each unit because you don't know them people upstairs, right? So they can come in, kick in your door, waving the fofo, right? So you got to have a solid steel door so they can't access it. So this is an exterior door. The one going to this unit is exterior door. The one going down the hallway, going into that kitchen is exterior door. Going up the stairs into that unit is exterior door. You also want to have an exterior door on the side because all Detroit houses got a side door, front door, back door, or just side and front. Most Detroiters, I ain't gonna say most, all Detroiters, we don't use our front door. We use our side door. Everybody know that. That's just an unspoken code, right? You also gonna have an exterior door at the back of the each unit because like it's a back door at the back of the kitchen, like let me not the kitchen, probably either the basement because there's always another access in the 2-family. It depends on how it's built. So it's gonna be a back door to the upstairs unit, a back door to the downstairs unit, and then separate doors to the basement. It just really depends on how the house is laid out. I think this one had, I might have the estimate on my laptop. 1, 2, 3, side doors 4, upstairs 5. If there's a back entrance, that's 6, 7. So it's probably 7 doors on there. That makes sense. The windows look straight. They open and close. Pass. Some of y'all be doing too much. That siding look good. Keep that. Brick look damn good. You just don't know what the brick look like under the vegetation. So take all that off. Just get rid of it. All this vegetation. Cut that. And then a lot of things people forget about with Detroit is trees. This big tree gotta go. Now it's on their side. So what some people do when it comes over to your side is they'll just come and cut the part that's over on their side, this side. Or you and the neighbor could split it, whatever it costs. This is probably at least $5,000 tear down that big ass tree, to be honest. And them trees are not cheap. I learned that the hard way. To tear that down, it's probably, let's say, $5,000, you and the owner split it. Most of the time, they ain't gonna split it, so you're gonna have to eat that cost. Just get something to write and get that they say give you permission to do that, because then you don't want them like, I like my tree, blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever. That's why your garage is holding on by the grace of God on that roof. And also with this tree hanging over on your roof, that can cause issues for you over time. What's another code thing I see on here? Your soffit needs to get replaced because those squirrels and raccoons burrow holes in there, and in the winter will try to go up in there. So right here, so this here is your soffit for those that don't know. Your fascia is here because your fascia is what is facing you, i.e. fascia, right? You missing a down spot on this side, like they started it, so we gonna finish it. That's the elbow, turning it, whoop-de-whoop. And you're gonna come down, and then you're gonna extend it past the porch. That's probably like 15 feet or so. Another thing people do that I don't think they realize, like y'all who like to plant flowers, my ladies, and men, this men who do garden work and stuff too. Stop putting flowers on the side of your house. Just stop. If that side is the garage side, if it ain't no basement side, if it ain't no basement nothing over there, have at it. But don't put them there because you got to think you constantly watering that, and that water is moisture in the dirt, and it's just sitting there, and over time it's gonna start pushing behind your foundation. The gables is on the further up. I don't know if I got a picture of that. And then you got a thing called the dog house on the roof. This one don't show up, but Big Red got a dog house on it. Let me see what other pictures I got. Yeah, that tree gotta go. Yeah, so side door. Another thing, I glass block all my windows because these typical windows on the basement in Detroit, some are way bigger than this. Some are like 5 by 5, like so you whole person can slide on up in there, or a little person. So we glass block all of these. That's not cold. You just gotta have either glass there or glass block or both with wire, the barbed wire. Some people do that. Not barbed, the steel wire things, whatever. So but I always glass block. You can't stop a thief, but you can slow them down. The old milk chute, some people keep them. Like back in the day in Detroit, people got milk delivered to their house and they would put them in here, which is a milk chute. Either it's low to the ground like this, or it's like above it, like in the middle here, like right at your like arms reach. If that makes sense. Um, what else on this side? So this is your driveway side. So I would do my rat wall. It should be a little pad or something here, but that must not be that low off the ground, so it's not a trip hazard. Do I got pictures of the garage? Yeah, that's a milk chute. Glass block windows will go here. Oh no, I'm wrong, y'all. This is your milk chute. I'm not sure what that is. That might be your cold chute, because I remember some old houses had a cold chute if you had a boiler or one of them old big what is them called? The octopus furnaces, they had a cold chute. So that's probably a cold chute. This is the milk chute because they usually are arms length. Some people keep their milk chutes. Like the house I'm working on now, we took it off and we just gonna we got a board up now, but then we gonna brick it closed on this side and we drywall the other side. But some people keep them because they had like Amazon packages and stuff get put in there. Yeah, that is a cold chute. Thank you. But you can keep them or brick them up. I like them because some people put their Amazon packages in there, you know, or whatever. This is the garage. So cold stuff for garages. Gotta have a roof with vents, typically 2 vents. You don't have to have power to a garage. That's not cold. You can or you can't. Like you don't have to. But if you got power to it, now you got lights on it. You probably got a couple plugs in there, and then you can get a garage door opener on your garage door. If not, you're gonna be out there lifting that boy up. That's another garage picture. I need to clean that out. Jesus. Now, one thing you can do if you are a landlord with a messed up garage like this and you don't want to fix it right now, you don't have to. All you got to do is cut off access to the tenant. Now, if they go up in there, you got in their lease and all caps there to not you are not to be assessing the garage because of safety issues. Do not enter, or you ain't even got to tell them why. If you just put on there they can't go in there, they go in there anyway and get hurt. Not your problem because you told them in the lease. Boom. And I would suggest that you make them initial by that clause in the lease so they can be like, I didn't read it. Well, if you didn't read it, that sounds like a you problem and not my problem, but I hope you heal soon. So you can just board this up. You can put plywood up there with a lock or something. I done did that for one client for their Section 8 tenant and they ain't got to access it. Boom. Then Section 8 ain't even got to look at it because it's not accessible. But it needs some work. They go to door holding on for God. It actually ain't even holding on. It's sitting in the pile of dirt. You got to fix all this. I tear that down because that's rotted. The siding, the best thing smoking on this garage. That's the back of the house, so this is not gonna be cheap to clean up. This got concrete in the debris, so yeah, good luck getting that. You do need a I don't know if the meter can on that side for the electrical. It might be because I don't see no remnants on this side. If not, we gotta add one. You need a downspout by here. A downspout on the house is typically 30 to 45 feet, maybe from top to bottom, because your elbow is typically 2 feet. You're gonna have two elbows from when it because you gotta turn it, come down. These walls are probably 8 to 10 feet. So that's how I estimate mine. Because let's say a typical Detroit house, you got 8 foot ceilings or walls. You got 2 feet for that. And then you got 2 feet in between the floors, typically. Then another 8, 2 feet to turn it with the elbow, and then 5. So yeah, like 30. Let me see. That's that tree. Yeah, that tree gotta go. That's the tree from hell. Up, wrong picture, wrong way. Yeah, this backyard is ferocious. Jesus Christ. Why is that still doing it? Oh, this must be the last picture. Let me see. Yep, that's the last one. So this was on the east side. Let me see what else I got on here. These are old estimates, by the way, that I didn't know was still on my Dropbox. Boom, here go a storm drain I was talking about. So on my estimates, y'all will see a line item that say cap storm drain. I think that's like $40 or $60 or something. So this is a storm drain. Perfect example. So you see how the downspout is coming down. This your little elbow, boom, so you could turn. There's another little elbow so you could turn, boom. And then it's going right into the storm drain. So when it rains, that water is going into the storm drain. So we just knock them boys down flush and then concrete it closed, or we leave them and then concrete close, and then we'll move this out this way or whichever way we need to flow away from the house. That's a glass block window, a 5 layer one, so yeah, that's a big space. And this tree root that's up against the house, that need to be dug down and dug out. Yeah, they gotta go. It's too close to the house. Let's see. That's a better, nice, beautiful close up. And here's an example of tuck point. See how that mortar all looking retarded and crazy, and then this is missing. So you're gonna put some mortar there. That's tuck point. Here's another close one of a storm drain or cap the storm drain, so to speak. And this house nice. Well, this backyard nice. Oh, this need to go. Look at the why even try to put a fence around that? That's stupid. That is stupid. Why would you put a fence there? The fence could have just butted up to here and then started on the other side. That was dumb. Oh, I just saw this house. This was on the west side. This was about a month ago. Okay. I don't know if my client bought this, but I did bid it for. Yeah, see, this one is damaged. So we can cut it and then attach, like you can sell them or whatever. And then cap that with some concrete, boom, and then turn it that way. Let me see. The same. This one needs to be elbowed this way and then turn that way. But it's a fence there, so that's probably why they did there. Or you can run that boy all the way down the driveway, but that's gonna be long as hell. That's stupid. These gonna have to get tightened up. Let me try to see. Yeah, this was a 2-family. See, hella doors. Those are nice steel doors. See, they closed that one. That was a mill shoe, so they closed that one. They should have bricked it, but they did. It's the porch. There go your meter cans. When they do the meter cans, make sure they fill them 2 little holes where they run the wire through the brick into the house. Make sure they fill them. So you, as the homeowner or investor, is responsible from the electrical from the pole to the house, I think. And I think DTE takes it from the pole to the alley or the main or something like that. Don't give me line, no like electrician. Those are your meter cans. So that's what they come read, so they can know how much to send on your bill. But now they got the new little smart meter, which is here. But I don't know if this is the electrical one or the water one, because they do the water ones too. And I would take this up and do my dirt, so the water can run off the house. That's that one from the side. I think that I had a picture of, so I would cap that and run it this way. Yeah, that should go. That's just stupid. And it's too close to the house for me. That's just a couple feet. So what them tree roots is doing, pushing on up on that damn foundation. So that tree need to go. And that fence is stupid. Now the only thing with that fence, is one thing I hate about Detroiters. So this tree is tearing it up on both sides, right? And y'all paid for this fence to go around this. Now once you take this tree down, guess what Blue House gonna say? Y'all broke my fence. And that's gonna be that. These in the back cool. Now, another low key tip. If you call DTE and your trees are growing in the backyard above your power line, you fear for power outages, you can call DTE and they will come cut your tree down for free. However, there's a catch. They will not cut it all the way down to the stump and take the stump out. They only gonna cut it below the the power line, and the rest is up to you. But hey, half the battle, half the price. Now, when you also getting trees cut down, make sure you ask them if it includes the stump, because it don't in Detroit. You got to ask, and they're gonna tell you how much more it is to include the stump. And also, when you ask if it includes the stump, ask them that it includes you taking it out and grinding it up and turning it into nice little some little wood chips. You got to ask. If you don't, your tree gonna be sitting back there. It's gonna be out the ground, but it's gonna be sitting down, and your stump's still gonna be there. So you gotta ask. Ask me how I know. All right, this is your spigot, your water spigot on the side of the house, which is cold. I think you only gotta have one, but some clients do like you to put one in the front and the back, wash their cars, whatever. That will have to get replaced because it's not sticking out far enough. And you can't even turn it on. And it look rusted out. So yeah, they gotta get replaced. I don't know what these are. I have no idea what those black things are. A old dead tree in the backyard, if it's above the power lines, DTE cut it below the power line, or you just have to pay to get it out. But trees ain't cheap. And whoever you hire to take your trees out, make sure they are insurance and ask for a copy of it. And also tell them to put you on there as additional insured. And because if that tree swings the wrong way and fall on that house, you need a check. But this unit was cool. It just she wanted to paint it. I ain't see nothing wrong with the paint, but she wanted to paint it. The floors look good. The trim is amazing. You have to replace them old ass windows, but if they open and close and pass inspection, have at it. Just the kitchen. This was a horrible kitchen rehab. Like, I don't know what's going on with that backsplash. Why y'all didn't go all the way up? I don't know. But somebody will live here. Now, if I was going to buy this, I would gut this kitchen just so I can redirect this stuff. Because that stove is right in front of a vent, and I don't like that. Or either I would raise the vent up into the wall, like higher up. The ductwork, I should say. Let me see. What other questions y'all got? Yeah, that backsplash is horrible. It got a GFCI, which is code, and this I think GFCI code. It has to be one. I think it's every 3 feet in the wet space. So you need a GFCI in the kitchen on the countertop every 3 or 4 feet. I think it's 3. You need GFCI in the bathroom at the vanity, and you need one at the laundry, and you need one in the front of the house and the back of the house. But the front and the one outside got to be exterior grade. No green light. The GFCI ain't working. GFCI, I should say. Yeah, this looks straight. This look good. Other than that, this one's straight. Gotta fix the light. Yeah, I would repaint. Oh, I think that's why she wanted to paint the house, because that was going to stick out once we painted it, because that's going to be just fresh paint out the blue. I don't know why this was peeling. I don't remember if the heater none was on. That could have been why when no heat on. A lot of old houses in Detroit do have plugs in the baseboard. Why, I don't know. That's just how it was back then. If there's no water there, I think it still has to be there. I think. Yeah, it's across the whole counter. Because I've done houses where just the sink had them, and then where the stove and stuff, we put them across the. Yeah, you do want a GFCI there, because what if you got to plug up like a toaster or a waffle maker or your air fryer? Like, where you gonna plug it up? Ain't no plug there. Because you could have one GFCI and then the rest be grounded, and sometimes they'll pass that. I think if it's grounded off the GFCI. I ain't no electrician. Don't give me the line. Now, this bathroom made no sense to me. Y'all put this nice, beautiful IKEA floating sink in with these $14 lights, nice mirror that you just put right over the old medicine cabinet, but I digress. There go your GFCI, wet space. Nice floor. Door won't even open all the way because y'all left this big ass clawfoot tub in there. Why y'all ain't take that out and put a new standard tub in there? That was stupid. So whoever buy this house, you ain't taking no shower. Whoever rent here, you taking a bath every day, which is nothing wrong with, because water should hit your body every day with soap. But who want to take? I mean, come on, shower should be an option too. It looks amazing. That tub looks amazing, but come on, I would have took that out and put a new tub in. I would have gutted this bathroom. I really would have, because I would have moved that heat vent up to the wall or up. Actually, I would have moved it up to the ceiling. Put my exhaust fan in there and put me a regular standard tub in there and ran the plumbing how I needed to run it. Like, I would have took that out. That was stupid. But That's how y'all be rehabbing y'all houses these days. This the kitchen, a better picture. Y'all left all this old stuff, put new stuff over here. Sadly, this will still rent because to somebody, this is 5-star living. Not me, but somebody. Oh yeah, to answer your question, that's a plug here. That's probably GFCI too. Yeah, this 5-star to somebody, not me. So this is what I was talking about. So like this is the back hallway to the back door into the basement, and that's a steel door. So the other person in the other unit can't just come into their unit. So that's what I was talking about earlier. That's the floor. Back stairs. They left that old door. Them old doors be good though. I probably left that door too. So you ain't kicking them in. Them old wood steel doors, you ain't kicking them in. Cause them the doors that you used to slam closed as a kid and the glass never broke. So them some good doors. So that's going into so this is the second unit upstairs. It is some full gazing. Same thing. Left them old ass cabinets, put a butcher block countertop on though. You gonna keep that old, so you might as well go do some Formica or one of them laminate slabs and call it a day. Oh, y'all didn't do the fancy backsplash up here though. That junk was ugly anyway. But you gonna put a $30 light in. Make that make sense. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go back live on the other page. Live. Y'all good over there? Y'all got questions for me? Start live. Let me check YouTube. My bad, y'all. All right, let me check the YouTube questions. We have how many? Yep. Run off for rain, child proof. That's why I try to purchase the updated RS means. There you go. As you should. So I use RS means for my bidding. So y'all be complaining about my pricing. I use the national average. And then in the back of the book, it tells you what to use for your zip code, what range you should be in. I'm still on like the 2014, 2015 book. So I just add 10%, to my prices every year. Squatters, they probably did. Or the homeowner, some of these homeowners just feel they contractors out here and they ain't. Right, foundation is the word. Pre-1950s asbestos, for sure. Bobcat is a friend estimating that mess, for sure. I'm glad I trained on true, as you should. That's a good skill to have. Thank you. I should have said that. So for those who don't know what the GFCI is, it stands for ground fault circuit interrupter. If you want a more detailed explanation, Google is your friend. What up, though, my baby? I think she bought this for 60-something thousand. It was a 2-family flat on Joy Road, off of 96 or something like that. This is 5 stars from my side. She's living on Kercheval. Hey, Kercheval up and popping. If she living on Kercheval, that's a downgrade. Because Kercheval, where is that? What are you talking about? All right, back to that. Let me see. And I think I might do a construction in-person class because a lot of people I don't think really understand construction or rehab. And then y'all see my estimate like, dang, it's high. I mean, it is because there's so many factors in here that I have to cover. And I think if y'all understood it more, it would make more sense. That makes sense. So yeah, this the upstairs unit. This must be like a stairway or something under there because I don't know what this little space is. But okay. Yeah, but I think I might do a rehab class because we can just go up in one of my projects or something and I can explain stuff. I might do that. Y'all just gotta agree to let me film it and record it. So I can add it to my stuff I'm doing later on this year. I might do that. What'd be a good month for that? Y'all gotta let me know. Do I work with bird investors? I guess. Like I work with all investors. I don't know what financing they use. So I can't really say. Oh, they was rich. Look at the refrigerator they had. Rich. Yeah, this looks great. Other than the bathrooms and the kitchens, this looks great. I would have put my money in there. This looks great. It's already painted good old white. Just some spots need touching up because it's probably been sitting like that ceiling. Like they kept all the original doors. The floors look good. That trim. Now them old doors like this, y'all keep them. Ain't nobody breaking in them. Look at that door. Got the old school deadbolt lock on it. Who's breaking in that? And this the one upstairs on the balcony, I think. Yeah, this upstairs. This looks great. Yeah, this is the second unit. So this is the front of the house, coming up the stairs. Sound like you walking in church because them stairs be squeaking. That trim look good. You keep all that. Code issue here. Handrail again. I don't remember if it was straight. Also, they might when you coming up the stairs, the same issue like I was saying with the concrete, the same thing flows here with the handrail. It gotta be I forgot how the inspector explained it to me. I just know how to do it. If that makes sense. This look good. See, it's nothing I don't like. So you gotta make sure you put a doorstop on there because you got a heat vent there. Now, over the years, that heat gonna eat up that door. So I would probably reverse the door, but you got a plug there. So I really cover a plug in the heat vent. That's just me. Another code thing because I just saw it. Smoke detectors. Smoke detectors go in all bedrooms, basements, outside of kitchens. So if you got a 3-bedroom house, you're gonna have one in each room. That's 3, or right outside each room. No, it got to be in the room. Hallways. I overkill my smoke detectors though, but I think code you just got to do bedrooms, right outside the kitchen, in the basement. You also have to have a carbon monoxide detector on each level. So we put it a couple feet away from the furnace, and then like wherever the thermostat is, we put one over there somewhere, and then one upstairs. Or you can do the combo, the CO2 and smoke detector, because that would be counted as one of your smokes. So you do your smoke detector combo in the basement, one on each level. So the one on the second level, which is where your kitchen, living room, and all that might be, or bedrooms, you'll do a combo one in the hallway, and then in the hallway above there. But on most cases, I do a combo, and sometimes I do a combo and the other one. And if you ever hear that boy beep, open all the windows and get out the house. Call the fire department so they can come test for CO2 poisoning. Because CO2 is serious and it is a silent killer. That actually happened to my cousins. I did they insurance project for them a couple years ago at their personal residence, and the CO2 detectors went off because they didn't have any before. And so we put them all in, and they went off. And when the fire department came, they did have low levels of CO2 in there. So them boys do work. Like, save somebody's life, y'all gonna spend that little bread. This bathroom don't look that bad. That's a nice vanity, but this don't make sense to me. Like, I would have gutted them bathrooms and rerouted all and moved that ductwork up into the ceiling or higher up in the wall. As long as he coming in there, that's all that matters. Yeah, that ductwork. I think that's the toilet, the soap thingy. Door don't even open all the way. But this nice though. The floors look alright. I mean, I would seal this here coming down the stairs on the stringer. This is a stair stringer, by the way. If you don't know, that's your stair stringer. So this is a good picture. So this is your tread. This is your rise. So the front of the stair that you're looking at, that's your rise, and that's your tread. And this is your stair stringer. And then, of course, that's your landing. And this is your handrail. That is on your builder's test. Whoever's studying for their builder's license is on there. And the stuff about a wall, all the pieces of a door, all the pieces of wall, door, windows. So now we're going into the basement. This is leaning. So I would have rebuilt that. That's just me. So now we're going in the basement. Code. So code is when you're going down the basement stairs, you can't have no space like this no more. So if a little kid walking down the stairs, boom, 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 they can just poop, tip over. So you either got to put railings there, like the balusters rails there. You know, the ones that go in between? No, not balusters. That's the end piece. Spindles. You got to put those there, or you got to build a wall. I would probably do spindles because it's already a tight space and that wall gonna make it look smaller. That's what I would do. So observation. So when you come down these stairs in the two family flat, to the left is the area for one tenant, was probably the downstairs one. And then this door is the basement area for the upstairs tenant. So when they both come down the stairs, because you know the other one can come from the top, one gonna have a key here, and one gonna have access to the door that's over there. I think I might have a picture. So this is one unit. They got a furnace and a high water tank and a laundry in there. A GFCI should be here. They got the old laundry tub. If it still work, keep it. That's up to you. I replace them. Pool change throughout the basement. This a pool chain. Like I put daylight lights in all my basements or houses because they're nice and bright. Another cold thing. I forgot what this is called. I think it's the chute. CHUTE. I think. So the ductwork that's coming through here, the vent outside, this has to be sealed around there because as you turn the furnace on, that CO2 can seep out of the sides, and you know over time can cause CO2 poison. So this has to be sealed with concrete. Like they got to be closed. So make sure that ain't cracking or nothing like that. You will fail the Section 8 inspection, HVAC inspection, builder, all that. You will fail. See what else I see on here. Oh, any old electrical plugs that's in the ceiling, cause some old houses got that, or old junction boxes, them got to come out. Yeah, I would take that out. Lord, this is rusted. Just take that out, put a new in. Oh yeah, so it was another door. So yeah, see, it's a door there and a door there, so it would be key, a lock on there, and then you have they'll each tenant have their own keys. So it's the basement. So this is a hot water tank. If you don't know that, this is your furnace. This is your ductwork. These old galvanized plumbing pipes, I would took that out and just repack the whole damn house. Cause who drinking water out of that? Come on. Furnace, other side, other side. They done painted the floor. I'll leave that. I mean, you ain't gotta repaint it if you just want to. Oh, glass by windows also have to have a vent. I think it's a minimum of it's either 2 or 3. Depending on how many windows, you gotta have at least 2 or 3 vents. Cause you know you gotta have airflow. So it's the other part of the basement or another angle. So this they close this off, so that's where the water meter is at. Also, I think you can't have separate water for two family flats in Detroit. It's gonna be one water bill. And I think either you can have the tenant split it or you just pay it. Typically I think the investor just pay it because of course downstairs I ain't use all that much water. So you already know how that's about to go. So you might just have to eat that cost and make sure rent is adjustable enough to cover that. So this is where your water meter will go in the house. So you gotta have you can't have PEX going to it. It has to be all galvanized with the little spigot turn handle thingy on there. So where that little red piece at is where the water department will come in and put the meter in. So this is called a City of Detroit water meter connection. And this is where the gas was. They probably moved it outside because they've been moving them outside. Yeah, them old wash tubs is heavy, baby. It's another storage room in the basement, shelves, whatever. Another angle of the basement. Oh, I think I think I got another picture. Yeah, something supposed to go over this because that can't just be open like that because anything can crawl up in there. I think like a gate or some type of screen has to go over that. I'm gonna see if one of my subs want to come on here and y'all can ask them questions maybe about stuff. This is asbestos though. Matter of fact, I don't think she bought it because when I told her this, she was like, "Well, how I know?" I was like, "You got to call the company; they got to test it." But this is for sure asbestos wrapped around it. So I guess this house either used to have a boiler or when they first start converting to forced air back in the day, they still had those type of stuff to use. I don't know. I gotta ask my family, and that's a big ass furnace. Yeah, and this bothered me too because this is asbestos, and with that little gap right there, I don't know, like every time the heat come on, if it's blowing little, particles of asbestos out over time. And like I told her that, I was like, this is just all hypothetical, but it's also a possibility. So I was like, you have to call somebody to come out and test that. This the wrong size pipe. I ain't no plumber, but I know that's too skinny. That's the wrong size pipe for a stack. Come on, that got to be a GFCI because that's next to that. Yeah, get rid of that. Take that out. That's supposed to be a GFCI. It ain't. You got to make sure your panels are labeled. They'll fail you on inspection. HUD will, I think, and I know the city will. This hole that's coming from outside, they need to have some mortar or something up in there. Same thing. Yeah, they only label the furnace. The hell with the rest of the house. What about the kitchen? What about the bathroom? The kitchen gonna probably be at least 2 of these. What about each room to the house? Each room should have a panel. I mean, a label. So all they care about is the furnace. They couldn't even label the thing for you. Bless their heart. Oh, that's the end. All right, let me see what questions y'all got. Y'all got any questions for me? I can't wait to be building when I move back to Detroit. Come on, man. Or girl. Are they making it code to have both carbon monoxide and CO2 detectors mandatory? Yeah, that's code. You'll fail that. And it's also code if you gut a house to the studs, you have to go back hardwire. Because they want all of them to be like on the intercom and talk to each other. So like when I updated all the smokes in my mom's house, they all interconnected, which means they're hardwired. So they all talk to each other. So that means if one goes off, the whole house is going off and it's very damn loud. You're gonna get up. Which is a good thing because if one go off in the basement, you don't hear it in time and you can't get out the house. So I think that was it on here. Any more questions? Instagram, y'all got some questions? So I think I will do a rehab class and I'll ask all my subs if they want to participate and then they can come explain they trade, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and then I'll talk about the builder part. So y'all let me know. I don't know what a good month to be. It'll probably be in the summer. Cause Detroit Real Estate Weekend is in August. So I don't know. Maybe September before it gets cold again or something. I'll do a survey. How do you inspect your chimneys before doing cosmetic work? I send my roofer up there because I don't do heights. But you can kind of look from outside and kind of tell, at least if you need flashing. Like I take pictures of the roof from the ground, like from across the street, and I just zoom in on it and I can look at the flashing. But the chimney itself, my roofer, they go up there and look at all that. I don't do heights. Where's the best place to live in Detroit these days? It depends. Of course, all the nice historical neighborhoods, your Sherwood Forest, your Palmer Woods, depending on how long your pockets is. That's the first question. Indian Village, West Village, Island View. And all these neighborhoods are good for investing too. Well, except for the first few, that's like way up there, like almost $1 million houses, if not more. Midtown, dope. North End, Dexter Davis and Linwood, all that's getting gentrified. Trying to see where else you said live in. East English Village, Victoria Park, beautiful houses, beautiful. Virginia Park, beautiful houses, big, beautiful, stupid houses. Certain sides of Virginia Park though, because some other sides, like if you closer to Linwood, well, it's still nice over there. They just big ass houses, they need a lot of work. LaSalle Gardens, beautiful. You get Boston Edison size house. It used to be not Boston Edison money, but now it's up there with Boston Edison money, if not more, because that new Henry Ford Breast Cancer Institute is literally down the street. And then Motown Museum just did that big $20-50 million renovation. So all that's by LaSalle Gardens, like walking distance. How much do you need to find a nice place? Are you paying cash? Oh, Morningside is good too. And I have a house over there for sale that you can gladly buy. it's $239. If you want something already rehab, ready to roll, you're gonna spend between $150 and $250 in Detroit right now. That's 1,000. Now, if you want to rent and you want to be somewhere nice in the city, you're gonna be about $1,500 a month. Now, if you downtown, I don't even know what downtown costs, but it ain't that. I left my original stringers on my stairs in my land bank and added a 1/4 inch on the walls. Now my walls are level with my stringers in my hallway. That's actually good advice. You can do that. That's not a bad deal. Is Indian Village still pretty? Oh, Indian Village has always been beautiful. Indian Village has their own security. Indian Village, Sherwood Forest, Palmer Woods, the Aviation District, whatever that is, where Aretha Franklin House, University District. That's what I'm thinking about. Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful. Indian Village houses got a little carriage house in the back that the maids and stuff used to be in. People probably either Airbnb them out now, or maybe like their kids or something live there, or their family stay there when they come visit or something. What else we got? Oops, let me see. Oh, this hoodie is let's shout out my sponsor, the Detroit Fresh Shop. Get all your fresh Detroit gear in Detroit we trust. Use code 10% off. Code Lady Contract to get 10% off. Let me see. What other house can I show? Ah, yes. Another land bank house. This one I was talking about. So I think they were from South Carolina. They bought this land bank house. I think my bill is probably about 400,000. Y'all see the back of the house? This is shifted, rotted. Got to tear that whole back of the house down and rebuild it. You need windows. You need siding. These weeds that have become trees need to go here. All that need to go. They fixing this one up though, but it's also like 30 houses on this block or within the 3 blocks of this street that the land bank is tearing down. They all had demo signs in front of them, all of them. It's an old wood house. This backyard you got to clean up. Somebody cut their trees down, or either those trees just fell and they left them. You got to clean that up and then put a fence across the back. Fence, all them trees. There's probably $10,000 or more in damn trees. Plus, paying them to cut this up and haul it out in the dumpster. Yeah, these is trees or weeds that became trees over time. I'm gutting this whole damn house. I can't gut the inside till I take care of the outside first, because I'm afraid it might fall in, because this is an old wood frame house. This staircase is gorgeous, so I'm keeping that. Oh, these are spindles. What I was talking about earlier, those are your spindles. This is your baluster. This is all on your builder's test too, if anybody's studying. Yeah, this is full good. Oh, they was rich. They had paneling on their walls. Rich. Nice house though. Drop ceiling in the living room. That's different. Rich once again. That's dumb though, because you just lowered your ceiling height like 2 feet. That's stupid. This the bathroom. That's a full good. But y'all budget be 100,000. You don't get the hell out of my face. 100,000 is the outside gutting it. What else I could do for that? I can't put a permit on that. A permit on $100,000 building, probably about two to 2,500. I would just put a permit on $380,000 contract, and that permit was about 7,000 plus my fee to go down there, so that's 10 grand, and to keep going down there and dealing with them. The floors buckling. That let me know there's some moisture in the house in the basement. It's just coming from up under there, so that's popping up. Gotta fix that, but that's easy, because once we sand the floors down and you replace this with new hardwood, it's gonna blend in anyway. You ain't gonna even know. Your budget 100,000. Well, her budget wasn't. I don't remember if she had a budget. I think she just didn't know, and then I think she might have gave this back to the land bank, as she should. Now, what I would do, I don't know if the land bank allow you to tear the houses down unless you build it new. But for 400,000, I'm tearing down. I'm building new. Hell with this, cause new rehab per square foot. I mean, new construction is probably between 200 and $275 finished. So 1,500 square foot house, whatever that math is, you might as well tear this boy down and build new. And you'll be able to get a loan better because it's new construction. But they do give out loans for land bank houses through, I think it's, I forgot the website. I can't remember. With that staircase, what do you use to get the paint off? You gonna sand it down like when you sand the floors? Like, so whoever do the hardwood floors, you would have them include that in their bid. Or the carpenters, they might do it and then he'll just stain it. Just make sure all the windows open and they got the right mask on with filters. And wet it first. You always supposed to wet first, then sand to keep your dust down. What's another thing I do? So when I gut houses to the studs, we always move. Typically, if we can, depending on how the duct work gotta go, we typically move the vents up into the wall and out of the floor, and then we fill that in, fix it with new hardwood, and blend it. I personally like doing that if I can. That's outside. This is in a room, and that's outside. But y'all budget $50. It's the hallway. That's the linen closet. That's the bathroom. With a drop ceiling. Why is this drop ceiling in the bathroom? And that's a moisture area. That's stupid. That is stupid. That is freaking stupid. The piece at the bottom of the staircase called the newel post. You are correct, and that is on your builder's test. And you know what's crazy? Y'all will see this and ask me, can you just scrape and paint? Get out of my face. Get out of my face. But if I were to do this rehab and gut this house, I would square this off. Because people taller than this now. At least I am. Almost in my head here. And why is there even plywood there? Stupid. And then the stairs. Oh, that's bubbling. Gut this whole house. Only thing I'm keeping in this house is the hardwood floors and the staircase. Everything must go. So this was actually a 2-family flat. I thought it was a single family. So she had booked the wrong one, but she was already kind of devastated. So I didn't want to hold, mess with her. So it was 2-unit actually, because that's another kitchen. So you can either keep it as a 2-unit, or I would convert it and just make it one big single family because it was kind of small. So like that upstairs kitchen, I would have turned into a dog laundry room. That's just me. And then you would have had 4-bedroom house, 2 baths, and then that living room, which is here off the thing, it just would have been like a sitting area or office or whatever. They had hella liquor bottles in here. The last 5 or 6 houses I've been in have had hella liquor bottles in them. So I don't know what y'all been going through, but y'all been drinking in the city. You have been drinking. Look at all them liquor bottles. And that's 10 cents a bottle. Why y'all ain't taking them to the store? That's at least $2 sitting over there. There's some nice built-ins, but when I'm gutting it, that's gone. Yeah, I make this a laundry room. Plumbing already there. Look at this. They was getting it in, baby. Do you hear me? That's the bathroom. That's a big bathroom. Bigger than the one downstairs. That one downstairs might have been an add-on. Because it's kind of small. So I would have to do some reframing to make that a little bigger. Yeah, I would just make this a single family. I wouldn't keep it no 2-family. What's the time duration for a tear down and building new construction? I'm gonna say at least a year, because you got permits, you got weather. You about to see new construction going up now in the city because of weather breaking. So over the winter is when I would do my tear down, my framing, and then get rocking and rolling once this weather break. That staircase was narrow as hell, but that would be another price range by making the wire. Facts. Because now you got to move walls. Now you're getting in the structure. You might have to add new beams in the basement to support it. You open up a can of worms. But again, tear down and rebuild. And then you can build whatever you want. And then if you can get the one next to it, now you could build a big stupid size house. I don't know what was going on in these rooms, all this damn color. Do not recommend. Every room was a different color. The hallway blue. This is knobbing tube. Get that out of there. That causes fires, or can over time, as they say. I ain't seen it and I don't want to see it. Might have been, because this looked black. Or either that's from water. I know y'all didn't. I know y'all didn't put no plywood on the ceiling. I know you didn't. What was that supposed to do? Is this plywood? I don't. What was? See. No, y'all didn't. Yeah, that's knobbing tube. Get that out of there. And this has to be cut out. So, just so you're aware. Drop ceiling. That's outside. That is outside. Just the door outside, and that's a crack outside. Lord. This the basement. And y'all people from New York, shut up. This is not about to be a whole nother house down here. It's going to be a basement, what it was built to do, which is be a basement. Okay? We washing our clothes down there. We might finish it off. And all the family kickbacks going to be there. Spades night, Biz Wiz night. All that's going to be in the basement. We don't want to live in our basement. That's also where somebody that's in your family going hard times, he going to live in the basement. That's what it's for. Look at all this trash. I think they had somebody cleaning it out, but don't ask. Don't give me the line. All right, this your old electrical panel. Oh, they got to come out. For a fuse. Is that a fuse box? No, a fuse box got the push knobs. This still the basement. Basement. All right, back outside. That's the porch. So if she were to continue with this house, I would do all my outside work now, and then work on the inside over the summer. Because I would be afraid to gut that house for real. Because it's old, like this is wood. This is an old wood house. That's wood siding. I would do all the outside first, then do the inside. And then once the outside is done, this is sealed with Tyvek, and then we done side it over it and all that good stuff. Now I'm on the inside. Then I'll probably start gutting it. But if it is in good condition, like my carpenters, when we walk through, we'll decide that. Then we'll do the outside while we gutting the inside. Or you can do it in phases. Do all the outside work first. I think that's how I sent it to her when I bid it. I sent all the outside estimates first, then the inside. But I think this was on the demo list from the city or the land bank. They working on this one. It was a couple houses they was working on that block, but it was way more houses they was tearing down. I would buy just so I can get them lots over there. But that's it. All right, well, the questions y'all got is, I think I answered that. How much is the ground up construction cost for like 1,300 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 2 baths? Why would you only have 2 bathrooms in a 6 bedroom house? First of all, you should have at least 2 full and a half. So when your company come up, you want them all up in your bathroom, and 5 other people is sharing 1 bathroom. That's just not right. Where's my calculator? So let's say 275 a square foot, because the average, I quoted somebody the other day for new construction finished. I told her between 250 and 275. So let's say 275 times 1,300. That's your max. But then the price that'll make it change is if you're going with a brick facade outside, you're going with siding, brick and siding mixture. What type of siding you're using? You're going with T11 or the higher end kind with the hardy backer board, which is beautiful, by the way. may have been 6'4". If it was 6'4", ain't no 6 bedroom house in Detroit until you get into the historical district. That was a 2-family flat. So if it was a 6'2", it was 3 bedrooms, 1 bath down, and 3 bedrooms, 1 bath up. So that was probably a 2-family flat. So that makes sense. Do you take off the outer wood to the studs? What you mean? The outside wood, I'm leaving it. It's in good shape, I'm leaving it. I'll repair what I need to, and we gonna tie back around it and seal it so it ain't moving, because that's an extra layer. And then we gonna start signing stuff over it. Do you remember the website that helped with rehab? What website? The land bank website is buildingdetroit.org. And those who came to Detroit real estate last year, we actually saw land bank houses. Like I'm I know people at the land bank or whatever, and I reached out to them, and they let us tour some houses that they had for sale that was really jacked up, and some that was not as jacked up. And then you got to ask them directly your questions. And I'm glad that they was able to do that, because I think people think I'd be lying about the land bank. So when it's coming directly from them, it looks it look a little better. How much could you sell it for? You probably couldn't sell it. You're gonna have to keep it. You're either gonna live in it or rent it out. But if your rehab $400,000, look like you saved some money to me. How do you get 6 bedrooms and 1,300 square feet? It's a 2-family flat. That's how. What other questions we got? But yeah, it's a 2-family flat. All right, what other questions we got? We got 9 minutes. What do you enjoy about being a contractor? I love that I'm able to envision a house in its worst condition already done. So like that house I just showed y'all, in my head, if I got that contract, that house is already done. It's beautiful. The tenants living there, everything. So I'm working backwards. So in my head, it's already done, and then I'm working backwards. I love turning something ugly into something beautiful. I really love what I do. I love construction. Like, I'm third generation. I love it. How much would you sell it for in a new build? Put it on the neighborhood. If it's the right neighborhood, you probably could have sold it for, 4, maybe 500,000 whenever that time come. But a typical Detroit one, you gonna be keeping it. You gonna rent it out. But if your rehab is costing you $500,000, hell, you might as well tear down the building, because your demo gonna cost you about 25 to 50,000. Questions we got? Y'all got none over here? Clark Griswold taught me about the new post on Christmas vacation. Shout out to Mr. Clark, whoever he is. It's actually a 4-1. Do you got a link to the property you talking about? We can look at it. I won't show the address in case it's something you bid and you don't want nobody hating on you. I'll look out for you. All right, let's see. What house is this? Oh, this is another land bank house. So this land bank house was way nicer. Somebody bought it. He was from out of the country. I forgot where. The rehab was trash though. It was so much cold stuff. What is this? This was already a concrete pad. Y'all gonna put a step on top of it. This ain't meaning nobody rise code, so that gotta go. Drop ceiling. Why? Take it out. It's the back of the house, like an enclosed back porch. Take that out. Floors look good. Whoever rehab this house is ass backwards. Why would you resand and stain these floors and the rest of the house was the way it did? That should be either covered if you're gonna do that, or I would have did that later. Let's talk about this kitchen. So this man argued me down that I was wrong. This is on the slope, and it's the wrong plywood. This is like the thinner kind that you use for like projects, or you don't put it in no house. That's too thin. That's the wrong plywood. And then it's on the slope. So all this gotta come out. I gotta fix the joists as needed, either replace them or take some nails out, put some in, put the right plywood down, pour some self leveler to get this floor. It ain't gonna be 100%, but it'll be better than this shit. Then cement board, then tile on top. So that means this floor is gonna get raised, right? So that means It's gonna be a trip hazard here, so you got to put a little whatever that little marble piece is there. But this is the wrong damn floor, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, you gonna keep this old pipe? Why? They ain't got enough GFCIs in here. I don't know what that was for. That's too high to be a GFCI. I should be. I forgot how much you got to be from the floor to here, but that's too high. This is stupid. This ain't no green board. They use regular drywall. In all wet spaces, basements, kitchens, and bathrooms, you are to use green drywall because it's moisture resistant. So if water gets in there, it won't automatically just rot. What are your thoughts about this GP situation? I don't have any. Not my business, not my fight. I did speak on it once on his page with him, so I'm just leave it at that. But not my fight. This is the hallway. I love that front door. Love that. This is the side door to the. I think that was to the screen in back porch or something. Carpet. Okay, somebody was rich back in the day. Y'all see this bathroom? Rich. They had the gold. Do you hear me? The gold shower door. Rich. Look at all that tile. Rich. They was rich. That's your access panel. Oh, always make sure you have an access panel. It's been houses I done did. We done got to the end and we forgot to put the damn access panel in. So gotta cut that out and put one in. Them floors look good. So they stained downstairs, but I guess did natural finish upstairs or still needs to be stained. I don't remember. Let me see. Need to paint. I pull all that old ass carpet up. That shit is ugly. The basement. Oh, this man wanted to argue me down about this basement, y'all. So look, these are called furring strips. So this is what you put up to level something, right? So I'm like, this has to come down. And he like, well, why? I was like, you said you want to finish the basement. He like, yeah. I'm like, how am I gonna finish the basement if I can't stick no insulation bat in there? Insulation bat is thicker than a fur strip, bucko. And he like, well, I done rehab plenty of houses, West Bloomfield, Farmington Hills, and they ain't never said that. I was like, did you pull a builder's permit, sir? He like, well, that don't matter. It does freaking matter because I know for a damn fact them inspectors want to pass you. So when you finish a basement, I don't know if you have to dry lock the walls, but we do. So we dry lock the walls to seal them. Boom. Once that dry, we're framing, stud framing with everything 16 inch on center. All right. Then after you do that, your electrician gonna come run all his wiring for the plugs and the switches. Whoop de whoop. Boom. That's gonna pass. Once that's passed, we're gonna insulate. We're gonna put insulation in all those bats because insulation goes on all outer walls. This is an outer wall. All your basements are outer walls. So that has to get insulation. Then after that, you're gonna put vapor barrier over there. Boom. After you put vapor on there and it's sealed and stapled, ain't nothing getting through there, then you're gonna drywall. How the hell is all that gonna go between the furnace strip? I don't know what I'm talking about. I was like, sir, you better get the hell out of my face because you my elder and I'm really about to cuss your ass out. But you somebody daddy, uncle, grandpa. Fuck you mean. Anyway, this the laundry room. This is another thing he argued me about. So code is you can't have no electrical by no wet space. This plumbing stack is a damn wet space. So if this cracks, guess where that water is going? Into that panel, and now you got a whole nother problem on your hand. So this panel has to get moved either to another wall or I don't remember how much space was further over, but it can't be nowhere near this whole stack. Can't be there. That gotta go. He wanted to argue me down. I'm like, okay, you want me to call the city of Detroit out here and let them tell you? Nothing else to say. This bathroom is pointless, so I would just take that out and cap it, and then if you want to finish it in the future, it's there. But yeah, this gotta go. This can't. I don't even think this can be in this room. Or at least it can't be on this wall because of this. It can't be over here because of laundry. So they gotta get moved somewhere. But I know they can't be by no wet space. Look at this. This is illegal as hell, and it ain't labeled. And y'all just got wires just hanging with some damn blue tape. Stressing me. I'm like, bro, I ain't about to argue with you. You don't even know what you're talking about. You ain't never put a permit in your life. And then this was the land bank house. He done had the house like 2-3 years. The owner, which was out the country or is out the country, and I think the land bank is now threatening to take it because he ain't done yet. Look at this. Replace this. Why is it still there? Gotta go. And then another code violation. They got PEX going into galvanized old pipe. If you don't take that out, fail plumbing test. I know that. Or plumbing inspection. You can't do that. Stupid. Just stupid. Just stupid. And this room smells so wet. So some water coming in. Y'all see them wet spots? It's water coming up in there. It was so damp in there. So that got to get addressed. You probably got to tuck point the block from outside and then, inside and then see what's going on outside. It might be coming in through the basement windows. Who knows? Raggedy ass basement. You can get out my face. Take all that down. All that. Got me stressed. Bro, I know what I'm talking about. Nothing else. That's what I'm like. Let's just call the city out here. Let's see what they say. But then you don't want to do that. But I thought you know rehab all these houses. And you know what you're doing. You ain't pulling no permit. That's all. This gotta go. I think that's the gas line. Oh, they gotta get replaced. And you know your gas line goes from the basement to the kitchen for your stove. But in some of my houses, we do gas and electric stove because if you got a tenant, you don't know which one they gonna have. So I like to do both if it's a full gut. And then where's your gas line gonna go? To your hot water tank. This ain't cold enough, but I would trim this. I would move that. Actually, I just take that out. I think that's it. All right, y'all, I'm done. Hope y'all enjoyed this code class. What's the process for eviction when tenants do not pay rent? I think you got to give them a notice. That really ain't my lane. I just pay attorneys. I don't really say what I don't know, but from what I do know or what I've done, you got to pay the. So let me go over this. So my lease is rent is due on the first, late after the third, and it's a late fee. After the 10th, I could start I think or at the 7 days I could start eviction process. Like you can do a 10-day notice to quit or pay or something like that. And then after that, I think you can start the eviction process. Eviction in Detroit might take you 2 months if you're lucky, 4-5 months. Especially if they come to court and show up, then you know that's gonna prolong it. 5-day notice, thank you. See, that ain't my lane. I pay attorneys. I already won the bid. Oh, my bad. Your address is on there, so congratulations. Hope it's secured. Pretty bad shape. Iroquois is how you pronounce that street. Iroquois. Remember, Detroit is a French city, y'all. Is that in Indian Village or is that further down when you cross over Matt Iroquois? No, that can't be Indian Village because they ain't gonna have that. Not in no bad shape. Indian Village don't play, so that ain't Land Bank. So that got to be cross Mac or over there by Gresham somewhere in 94. It matters. How's the insulation strip thicker than the fur? Thank you. It definitely matters. Because the insulation has to stick into something. Where it's going to stick, you're going to put that insulation up and that shit going to fall right down like an accordion. I thought there was a time limit on land bank. There are. So people just ask for extensions. If you ask for extensions, they will give them to you. But after so long, they're gonna be like, all right, what are you doing? Now, if you don't update them at all, they will take your house, but they don't want to take your house. That's the last resort. I've only known a few people who've gotten their houses taken. So if you just buy it and sit on it, don't do nothing to it, it's getting took. They will warn you first, give you a chance. I don't believe they'll just, oh, you pass your 6 months, we'll take it. You just got to talk to them, be honest with them, constantly update them every 30 to 60 days with new pictures. It's ways around that. Like if you gutting a house, right? Don't send them all the pictures at once. Send them one room at a time. Yeah, that's 4 months. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ways to prolong it. You just got to put your thinking cap on. Am I always live at this time? Yes, every third Friday. And you should probably have an air gap. I think I know what you're talking about, but yeah. What else we got? You must show progress. Yeah, you got to show progress with land bank house, and your progress is that. So let's say you fully gut a house, we in and out of there. Let's say in 2 weeks. Don't send them all the pictures at once. Send them one room at a time, cause that's progress. That's progression. If you show the whole house and then you show the before and after of the kitchen, that bought you 30 days. So each room will buy you 30 days. The outside will buy you some time. Put the roof on. Send them that. That's 30 days. Do the siding. Send them that. Now that's 30 days. Do the front porch. Send them that. Now you at damn near 6 months. So you can prolong it. You just gotta, be smart about it. What else? If y'all ain't got no more questions, comments, or concerns, I'm about to bust this popsicle stand. But I hope y'all learned something today. Let me know if you liked it. I will have more stuff like this, but way more detail, like going over contracts, each trade for sure, like in the course soon. My goal is to drop it on Black Friday. The price gonna be what it be. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. Or go to college, go to grad school, go to carpentry school, go take all these certifications and licenses that I got and spend a lot more than what I'm gonna charge. How long can this prolong on? I don't know. The longest I know somebody went like 3 years doing that. Well, doing that plus them just giving them time. So, but it's progression because you could argue define progression. Because if it's not in black and white, everything is paperwork with me. So, and I'm petty. So, yeah, define progression because it does not say. I don't know what it say because I never bought land bank. So I'm assuming here. So don't agree with me. I mean, not agree with me, but don't take my word for gospel. But define progression because if it doesn't say anywhere on there that I cannot send you progress room by room, I will argue that. And if that's not in black and white and they try to take you to court, you got a good damn attorney, you might win. Because show me where it says and whatever y'all have to sign. Because I know when you buy land bank house, you have to sign some type of agreement. What that agreement looks like, I don't know. I've never seen one. But if it don't say on there in black and white, you might be Gucci. Because I will argue that. And I know people who work for the land bank that probably is watching this live and go see it. So it might be in black and white soon. My bad, y'all. Whoops. But you gotta put your thinking cap on. But yeah, define progression. Like, where does it say that I can show you my progress to this renovation project room by room? Because ain't that progress? Because if you go room by room, that's like, that's years. That's at least a year. At least a year. Love the live. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, if y'all ain't got nothing else for me, I'm gone. Oh, somebody said the compliance agreement. That's what y'all saying. But I don't know what's in the compliance agreement though. But I do know if you can't renovate the house in time and you decide to sell the house, the new buyer has to sign a compliance agreement as well, saying that they agree to the land bank terms. So what people try to do is get around that. They won't offer you a warranty deed. They'll want to get you to do a quick claim deed, which is a red flag. That's why I always go through title companies. And I use Detroit Title and Escrow, and I suggest you should too because they have experience with this. And also, they make sure that it's not a land bank house because a lot of these title companies who do Detroit deals, they don't check certain things like seeing if it's a land bank house, seeing if it's on the demo list, seeing if it's on the it's another list. Oh, if it has blight tickets. So blight tickets is like if you ain't never cut the grass and the city cut it and they gonna put a bill to the house, that's blight. If it's a bunch of trash in front of the house, furniture, anything like that, the city, like the lady who piled all her trees she cut down in front of my house and told me in the text that she did it. So when I fought the ticket in court, she came to court like admitting that them was gonna make the ticket cheaper, and the judge like, so you just gonna come here and tell me what you did? So instead of me paying $2,000, it was only $300. And I was like, you're going to pay this or I'm going to take you to court for $300 once I pay this. So she paid it. So if you get black tickets or any type of thing from the city, a notice, an invoice, pay it. If it's telling you that you got to come to court, come to court. Because if you automatically don't show up, they automatically win. And instead of you paying a discounted price because you showed up, you're going to pay the full price and whatever else they asking for on the ticket. If you get any tickets, anything for Zoom court, I'd have had to go to Zoom court. I had renovated my house. I got a tenant in there, Section 8. I already had applied for compliance, but they didn't respond because they slow. I went on and paid it. Once I paid it, I got my certificate showing that I was in compliance, that I had my city rental certification compliance. Because once you pass a Section 8 inspection, you use that inspection to send to the city and they'll make you compliant for 3 years instead of having to pay for a separate inspection. So you're not paying for an inspection plus the fee, if that makes sense. So even though I already had got my compliance letter, I still showed up in Zoom court. And I asked them that opening thing. They're like, you got anything to say? Yeah, I don't understand why I'm here when I paid it and I got my invoice in my email and I can show it to you. All right, docket number, whatever it was. Because they don't say your name. We'll get back to you. So after an hour go by and they deal with all these other fools who ain't got their stuff together. Oh, docket, whatever, you're dismissed. SOB. You could have dismissed me when I got on here, bro. You could have dismissed me when you saw that I had paid it and sent me a letter saying you ain't even got to come to Zoom court. But I digress. It goes from quick claim to warranty deed at purchase agreement. Land bank, I don't know if they give you warranty deeds. I don't think when you buy them. I'm not sure. I'm going to see if I can get somebody from the land bank on here. I know they probably got to get clearance to do that. I don't know if they can just come and regularly talk about things, but I'm going to find out. See if they come do a live with me. But y'all ain't got nothing else for me, I'm gone. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope to see y'all at Detroit Real Estate Weekend, which will be the first weekend in August. The link is in my bio. The link will be in my description for people on YouTube. See y'all next month. Next month's topic will be, hold on, let me turn this back around. Y'all need to see my calendar. Nosy people. It's on the 19th. And I don't know the topic because I didn't put it on my calendar. But it's next month. I might do a no topic and just let people come on, like, and y'all can come on and ask me questions or like go over your deal. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But thanks for tuning in, y'all. Deuces.